get you going. Grab one of them. If you have a favorite color, there's a couple different colors there. Good, good. Pick one out that's pretty nice. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bounce the ball on your paddle, and you're going to do it on your forehand side. Okay, so if you're a right-hander, this would be your forehand, okay? And you would bounce the ball like this with the paddle open like this. Okay? Almost like you're holding a frying pan. You're going to hold the frying pan with it, okay? So all you want to do is just try to bounce it up and down. Kind of feel how it sounds and how it feels on the paddle. The lower you bounce the ball, the easier it should be. Once you start getting way up there, the ball will have a tendency to go in different crazy positions. Okay? For everybody to paddle, that's pretty much how you pick your forehand. If you're a right-hander, it would be the same side of your body as the paddle in your arm. So my forehand kind of looks something like that. Okay? The other side of the paddle would be your backhand. Okay? So when you're playing, your forehand would be on one side of the paddle, your backhand would be on the other side of the paddle. Okay? Backhand would be opposite forehand. Kind of looks something like that. Okay? And in bouncing it on the other side of the paddle, try to get that flat so that the ball is bouncing straight up and down. This might be a little more difficult for some people. The backhand has a tendency to be a little tougher shot for someone. Okay? So if you want to bounce it on that backhand side, and remember it's going to be the opposite side of the paddle. Forehand, you're bouncing it on that side. Backhand, you're bouncing it on this side. Keep your eye on it. Good. Is you're going to get a partner, and it could be anybody. I think we have exactly 10, so everybody can have a partner. And what I want you to do is find a line. Okay, it could be any line. You can find one right here, and you're going to go maybe a few feet behind that line, and I want you to try to hit it over to your partner, just like a little bump. Okay, nothing hard where they're going to have to dive out of the way or anything. Okay? But something where you can have to hit it back to them. So any line will do. Pretend like that line is kind of like a net.
So that's our line, that's the net line.
Try to hit it so the ball is bouncing. Try not to hit it out of the air. You want the ball to bounce. So you're going to have to be nice, soft. Up in the air and down, nice and soft. That paddle pretty flat, so the center line there is the net. Okay, pretty good. Like that. So you guys are kind of getting the feel for it. If you swing hard, the ball goes pretty fast. Okay? So from that distance, you got to kind of get like a little distance control. Okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to get in one of the nets. You're going to go directly across from your partner, and you're going to be behind no volume line. So you guys are going to be, one guy would be on one side, one guy would be on the other side. Same with the ladies.
I think it would cause you a problem. It's not even-
Good. And what you're going to try to do is make that ball bounce in the kitchen, and your partner is going to return it. So you're going to be kind of like this.
All right, here we go.
Return it. This.
Play that
See if you
nonsense.
can hit 5 or 6 in a row. You want it to bounce in the kitchen. You don't want it to bounce like off the back screen. There, you guys got it.
Keep waiting. Relax.
Get out of my way.
You guys, good. Need a little touch. You need some touch.
Maybe you should concentrate and say out.
Touch it in there. That's even better. Good. You got it. That's a little play today. Okay. All right, everybody hold up the balls for a second. And actually, what you guys are doing right now, where you're just kind of tapping the ball with each other, trying to keep it under control, those are actually dings. So you've heard that term in pickleball. Those are actually dings. And they're generally shot up here, but you're just kind of getting it into the kitchen area, and you're making your opponent have to move up, okay? Kind of maneuvering them on the court by where you would ding. Okay? So it takes a little bit of time to be able to understand how hard do I hit it if I just wanted to just go over the net. Okay? If I wanted to go back there, it's pretty easy. You can just swing it back there. But the dinking is where you have to kind of take a little bit off and kind of place it as opposed to really just swinging it. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we have to move back a little bit. Quite a bit actually. We're going to go back into this area and try to do that same thing where you're hitting the ball back and forth to each other. Okay? This one, I'll bet you're going to chase these a little bit more than the one you just did. Okay, go ahead. Whenever you're ready. Try to send that ball a little bit deeper.
I got a point.
There you go. There's good.
I got a point.
Not bad.
Oh, you want me to kill the kid.
That's it. That's a nice shot right there.
Do it. Failing this
Bring it over and put it in this hopper. If you guys just learn 2 shots, you learn to dink and like a ground stroke, like a low shot that you have to hit through a lot of game. Okay? So the next shot we're going to talk about is the serve. And for people that haven't played pickleball, you only get 1 serve. Okay, not like tennis where you get 2, you only get 1. All right, so the serve probably is the most important shot in pickleball because the only time you can score a point is on you or your team's serve. Okay, if you're returning, you cannot win a point. Okay, so your serve has to go in order to get a point. All right. Serving, 2 different ways to serve. And everybody can kind of come back here to the baseline and we'll talk about it. Hitting the ball out of the air on the serve. And the other one is the ball bouncing. Okay? You have to be behind this line. And when you start out, you're always going to start out on the right side of this line to serve. So I have to be somewhere on this side. And I'm going to serve it into that like diagonal box, big box, okay? And it has to go beyond the kitchen, okay? So it has to go over and go beyond this kitchen line, okay? You get 1 chance to get 1 in. So this is where you're going to have to kind of figure out for yourself, do I serve better dropping the ball and letting it bounce and hitting it? Or is it just hitting it out of the air my way to do it? Okay? I serve the ball out of the air, but I can serve it off the bounce. Okay? When I play, I always hit it out of the air. So, you want to be putting your body in a good position for the ball going in the right direction. Okay? So if I'm going to hit it that way, I'm probably going to want my body facing that direction. All right? I'm not going to turn too much like this. This is going to be tough. Okay? I don't want to be too much like this because this is going to be tough. So think, if I'm going to throw the ball into that square, how would I have the ball? Okay? Pretty much probably something like that. Okay? If you think about bowling, everybody's bowled, same kind of thing. And if you can do that bowling motion, you can hit a pretty good serve. Okay? If you're going to bounce it, you can bounce it in the blue area as long as your feet are behind the white line. Okay? Then once you make contact, you can step in. So if I'm going to bounce it, okay, just kind of a nice smooth follow through. Okay? And then you can hit it anywhere in that square you want to. If you like to hit it in the back part, that's fine. Or if you want it shorter up like those two that I just did, kind of depends on who you're playing and what the situation is. All right? You got a pretty big area there, but once we start serving a few here pretty quick, you might figure out that it's not completely easy. Okay? The out of the air one, the thing to remember is the ball has to be struck below your waist with the paddle. Okay? Can't serve it like tennis overhand or like sidearm. It's pretty much down like this. So if you drop it like I just did, it's almost automatically going to be down there because the ball doesn't bounce that high. Okay? If you're hitting it out of the air, I suggest you start maybe about belt high. Then when you drop it, it's going to be below. Okay? So then you can just kind of drop it a little bit. And then it's kind of the same swing. And then you decide where you want to hit it. Do I want to hit it pretty far? Do I want to angle it? You know, as you get better, you're going to be able to put different positions on the ball. Maybe down the side, down the middle. Okay? Depending on what's going on in the game. Okay? So, everybody kind of come over and grab two balls. Okay? And we're going to have you guys serve. You guys can spread out. Go to the court that you were just at. Once you guys want to be on the other side, you guys will have to take turns. One at a time. I want you to come up and either drop it, hit it in, or hit it out of the air. Try to hit it. Remember, if you're starting a game, win the point serving from here, you would go over here. If you win it from here, you would go back over here. Okay? Then your partner would do the same thing when it's their turn to serve. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And it's at the end of class. Okay? Now serving. The interesting thing about it is the ball doesn't bounce that high. So if you're bouncing and hitting, it almost always keeps your paddle low. If you pass it, the ball doesn't bounce up. You could probably drop one of these up Campfire State when you want to bounce it behind your head. Okay? So if you're bouncing and you're down there, it's probably a little bit easier for you. You're serving out of the air. It's still about getting low and getting underneath the ball to get it to go up and over. Okay? So you have to keep that ball down low. Think of the paddle down here, right on the ball. Okay? You wouldn't want to pull volleyball from up here. I've seen people do that. Probably do that at home. Yeah. Okay? If you're down here, it'll make it easier. It'll be an easier serve. Okay? So what we're going to do, start down here. You're going to come up. I'm going to let you serve one, and everybody kind of watch the serve. See if we can learn anything from our serve. No pressure. Okay, not too bad. Next, and then take our turns going down, and we're going to look at everybody's serve. Look at that precision. Look at that precision. Okay, we had a little different serve there. What did he do different? He hit it out of the air. Another one, nice. Out of the air. Out of the air. Got a couple different serves so far. Out of the air, good serve.
Okay. What's So I'm gonna hit it and then it's quick, right? Right now, That's the arm now, right? Why don't I start with it? Here, I'm not keeping score. Okay, let's go. Oh, no, wait. No, it is mine. Yep.
No, so now it's yours. Yep, and then you should be 0, 2, 1.